Hi there, and welcome to the Still Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Fortune Fowle, and if you're new here, welcome to a space that's all about progression, not perfection. The fact that we are becoming people, which means we have not arrived at who we're meant to be yet, but we're just getting to our destination. And so I invite you into this space, and happy Still Learning Monday. If you hear any noise or anything happening, they're currently doing some work on my apartment, so I do apologize that there might be some extra noise in the background, but that is not going to stop us from truly celebrating. And honestly, I can't believe it, guys, that we are finishing out season 2 of Still Learning. I can't believe this time has come that we're here, and this season has been such a blessing for me. I mean, this season we went video, like we were just on before. Now we're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and the way that I'm now able to connect with you guys that I wasn't able to before, like it's just so different, and it feels so much more personable. And I'll admit I was definitely intimidated to switch the podcast over to this format, especially so early on. I definitely felt like, well, I don't have like a studio yet, and studio time is expensive, guys. Definitely believe I was looking into studios and they would have cost your girl some money. And I was like, it's just me in my bedroom and showing up every single week and doing this, but it has been such an honor, and I so like in awe of how we are growing and just like how people are resonating with what I'm saying. Like it really is unbelievable. I'm most importantly grateful to God. It's definitely not easy putting your thoughts and opinions and just like being vulnerable in this way out there. It has definitely helped me grow in vulnerability a lot, and sharing the ways that I'm learning and that I'm making mistakes and that I'm just human. But I hope it inspires everyone else who's listening and watching on the other end to have grace for themselves and others, and to know that we're all human and we're growing every single day. So I'm really proud of what this season has come to be and look like. We've had our highs and we've had some lows, but it's truly been a great season. And thank you guys for being a part of this season with me. I really am honored. Like, I cannot express enough how grateful I am. And I'm just grateful. Like, so thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so, in saying all of that, I also find that funny enough, as this is the season 2 finale, what also aligns during this time is that I'm officially 1 year post-grad. Like 1 year post-grad, which is so crazy to think about. This past week, I actually went down to Boston. I was at my alma mater, literally at my college, because I had friends who were graduating with their masters. And so I ended up returning back 1 year later. It's really crazy thinking about how quickly time flies by. Like, I cannot believe 1 year ago, like, that was me wearing my cap and gown, walking across the stage, getting my diploma. And I thought that I was going to miss it. You know, I thought I was going to feel this over-amounting sense of nostalgia and just desire to live back in that time, because college was great. I definitely went through a lot in college. College definitely had its best moments and also its worst moments. It was definitely a lot, but it's also so exciting and so much fun. And I met so many amazing people and got to do so many incredible things. And college was like a great time. Like, it definitely was a great experience, but it wasn't the best years of my life. Like, I have yet to live my best years of my life. I truly believe that. But I thought that I was going to really miss it. And I came back and I didn't feel that. I miss my friends. I miss my friends who I haven't gotten to see, and I was so happy that I got to see them and spend time with them, but I didn't necessarily miss the place, that season of my life, who I was. I am grateful for the fortune of college, who constantly transformed and looked different each and every single semester, and braved new challenges, and was in the fashion club, and was learning how to become a nurse, and all those things. Like, I am grateful for who she was, but that's no longer who I am. And the best way to put it, the best words that I can describe it to someone, they ask me, what was it like going back? It felt like a chapter in my life had closed and I was no longer living in it. It felt like I was revisiting a favorite chapter in a book or revisiting a favorite scene in a movie where you watch it because you loved it and you loved the feeling that it gave you and hope and laughter or whatever it may be, what made it your favorite. But you walk away from it because you no longer care to live in it anymore. And that's truly what it felt like. That version of myself doesn't exist anymore. That life, I don't have that life anymore. That's not my life now. I'm living in a completely different season and chapter in a new version of myself. Like, I genuinely am not the same. I don't think the same. I don't move the same. And it's so interesting. How could that happen in a span of a year? And truly, I feel like my mental transformation is one that I guess I didn't expect as much. I'm a lot more stronger about what I want out of life, and I'm actually pursuing it this time around. I think in college I had a lot of pursuits and desires, but I solely focus maybe too much on my academics or just prioritize certain things more. And now that in adulthood, I feel like you get to experience and prioritize parts of yourself that you may have been overlooked or overshadowed. And that is really something that I'm finding a lot more joy in exploring, but also I'm constantly being surprised by, especially in terms of creativity. Like, I've always been a creative person, but like now it's more in the forefront and I'm prioritizing it more in my life. And I am meeting so many new people and I am being more involved in community and I'm hosting events. I'm doing things that I've done so much in the last 7, 8 months, last year of being a post-grad that I didn't think I would be doing. Definitely wasn't my plan. I always tell God, not my plan, your plan, God, because I did not plan this for myself. And to now kind of look back and be like, wow, who are you? But in the best way possible. Like, I thought I knew who I was and I really didn't. Like, I thought I knew my likes, my dislikes, what I wanted, what I didn't want, and I didn't. And now I'm kind of figuring that out. And I think that's always going to be changing. I think this 1 year out of college, what have I learned? What has it taught me is that you're just, you're just now started. I just now started. Life is just beginning. And it's taught me to be flexible and to let go of ideas and plans. Like, in school, I absolutely hated med surg. I hated it, and I said I never want to be a med surg nurse. Like, I would get so upset when older nurses would be like, "Oh, you should start for med surg. It's great." Da, da, da. I'm like, no, that would not be my portion. And now I literally work in the very specialty that I said I hated. And I've grown so much in that specialty. I've learned so much. I have really come to become a strong nurse and more confident every single day. I'm growing more and more confident in my skills and in me as a nurse. And I'm taking up more leadership roles and positions and becoming more vocal about ideas and improvements. And that it's something that I'm really proud of myself and it's taking shape, but it's in literally a specialty that at one point I hated and was like, I would never enter. And now I'm working in it and I'm finding that it was the best decision I could have made for myself. And it really is building me up, not just in terms of as a nurse, but also as my character. I have become a lot more patient. I feel like my empathy has grown so much more. I mean, you have to be already an empathetic and caring person to enter this field, but I have taken myself so much out of the picture of it. I've learned to take things less personally and really try to show up as my best version. Every single time it forces me to have to show up as my best version of myself and also forces me to take care of myself because it can be really easy in people facing roles to get like caregiver fatigue. And I don't know if that is really like a term or if I just made that up, but I feel like it's really easy to get kindness fatigue, caregiver fatigue, empathy fatigue, especially when you feel like what you're doing isn't being appreciated or you're still being treated terribly because, you know, you are encountering people in the worst versions of themselves at the lowest points in their lives, right? You're not encountering them when everything's going right for them. You're kind of encountering them when everything has hit the fan and it taking a derail from their plans. But to continuously show up in that way and show kindness and compassion to that person takes a lot of strength. And it also takes a lot of you taking care of you. And that's also something I'm figuring out and learning to get better at, especially in terms of prioritizing rest. But when you're at a post-grad, I feel like I am taking care of me this time. I feel like I am a lot more aware of myself, and that can be a good thing and a bad thing. I'm a lot more aware of my strengths, but I'm also a lot more aware of my struggles. And it can be uncomfortable. I definitely think I've had some uncomfortable sit-ins with myself during this time of like, oh, I knew I was controlling, but I'm kind of very controlling. And it seems like I have a performance mindset, and I put a lot of my worth in what I do and not just in who I am. I thought I outgrew this, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I grew like an inch instead of a foot. And so definitely that has been interesting. You're not distracted anymore. Not that I was distracted in school. It's just in school, a lot's going on. You're part of clubs and activities in your social life, and you are focused on tests and exams. And now take that out of the picture gives you a lot of time to you, especially since your social life that was so easily accessible to you because of proximity, to be quite honest, is no longer available to you in that way, especially for me who fully moves out of the state. And so I wasn't distracted and have had a lot more time to myself, which I love spending time with myself, but it also means a lot more time to better understand what I want, what are my interests, what are my passions, and actually start pursuing them. Like I said, like now I am pursuing them. I'm doing creative projects and being a creative director in many different ways and creating more content and doing things that little me, like 5, 6, 7-year-old Fortune would never imagine or think would be possible to do now. And I'm doing them. Like I have a podcast. Sometimes I had to literally pinch myself that that is happening. And that's what I'm doing. Like I am fully managing this myself. Like I am getting to be a part of fashion campaigns, and I'm getting to put together events where people who are new to an area like I am are able to find community and serve in that way. I and doing that, and it's crazy. It's crazy. It's mind-blowing because I never planned that. One thing post-grad has taught me, another thing, amongst a lot of things post-grad has taught me, is that my plans for myself have completely gone out the window. I'm in the specialty I fully never thought I would be doing. I'm in a city and in a state that I did not plan on moving to post-grad. I am doing things, I'm pushing myself more creatively. That was not in my plans. And now I'm living it out. I never envisioned this. I never dreamed of this. I mean, of course, I had plans for myself, but this was not it. And it has exceeded anything that I could have thought up or imagined for myself. And I give all glory to God for that because, guys, none of this was because I was strategic about it. All of it was because I was faithful about it. Like, it was that. It was just me being faithful to what God was telling me to do and guiding me. And in that I'm learning more about who he's called me to be, who's created me to be, and it is exciting but daunting, and I'm still learning to be more confident about things that he has gifted me with and instilled within me, to take more pride in it, not in a way that is arrogant, but that's a way of confidence. I'm learning to have a lot more grace for myself for not always getting it right or it being perfect, and still learning reminds me of that every single day. I am learning to be so much more intentional because, as I have said to you guys, college, that loss of proximity, that loss of the accessibility of everything to you being so easily in your orbit is no longer there. And I thought I was putting myself out there before. I really wasn't until I was done with college. I was actually allowing people to get to know me this time around. And I was actually opening myself up to people in a way that was scary and intimidating, but opened the doors for friendships that I have now, that I've made now, that have really brought me so much joy and so much laughter and have grown me as a person. And I mean, I already admired the people in my life now, but I equally admire and am inspired by the people in my life now. And just, I am building friendships that I've always wanted. I am receiving friendships that I deserve, and I'm not taking anything that I don't deserve. I wasn't good at doing that in college, and now I am better at doing that. I wasn't good at intentionally speaking my boundaries and making it clear what I want and what I don't want and what I accept and what I don't accept. And now I am, and I'm doing it without any shame. I'm doing it without any remorse or guilt or feeling like I'm a bad person. I am putting myself first in ways that I wasn't before, and I'm really proud of myself. 1 year post-grad, I'm proud of myself. I did not get everything right, and I'm still not getting everything right. I'm still figuring it out, and I've gotten so comfortable just figuring it out. I've gotten okay not having a 10-year plan. I don't even have a 1-year plan. And for a type A person like me, that would usually make me scratch and break out into hives. But now I found so much peace in it because I'm leading more of my curiosity. And, they say your first year post grad, your first year of adulthood is really hard. And I'm not gonna lie, it is hard. I definitely think in different ways my mental health has taken a hit. and I have talked about that many times throughout this season. Though I'm really good at being by myself in the beginnings of this, it felt kind of isolating and lonely, and it's scary entering a new chapter of your life and not really knowing what you're gonna face and not really knowing what's next. I mean, having an idea, but when you really don't know, it can be scary. And it made me really depend more on God. It has grown my relationship with the Lord in a way that I'm so much more dependent on Him, and now I'm really happy about that. I definitely have expressed throughout this season the good points and the low points of this past year, and I've been navigating everything, but I haven't found it to be my hardest year. I found it to be a very eye-opening year. I found it to be a year where like it feels like you're starting over, but not fully, right? Like I still have a solid foundation, and starting over can feel so scary at times, but really this starting over, I get to build a version of life that I really love. I can take from what went wrong in the previous version and implement what's going right into this version and build from there. And yeah, I feel like I don't have the words. I don't have the words for how I truly feel, other than I'm really proud. I'm really proud of myself for just showing up for myself, for acknowledging who I am and who I want to be, and actually investing in that, investing in my dreams and in my passions more. I am proud of myself for also not feeling like I need to rush everything. And yes, there is time, and I need to be conscious of time, right? There is a time and season for everything. I don't want to miss my Kairos moments, but not everything has to happen all at once. Appreciate every single season you're in and steward it to your best ability, because each season has a fruit for you that you're going to bear at the end of it. And so I want to make sure at the end of each season I have the best fruit possible. And that all boils down to how I water, how I glean the season that I'm in, and just to be really attentive to it, attentive to myself and those around me. I've learned this time, and I'm really happy this time around, that I feel like I just been being like I've been being me. And I know that sounds silly, but I didn't realize how much of myself I was holding back until I no longer had to anymore. And now I feel like I'm just like out the jack in a box. Like I fully am no longer holding myself back. I'm not restraining myself, and I don't want to restrain or be restrictive. And of course I understand that boundaries have to go into a certain place, and you can't give all of who you are to everyone, and that's something I'm still learning. But I am embracing everything who I am, and I really am trying to not overshadow or overlook any part of myself, but invest equally into every facet of who I am and be surrounded by people who are doing the same. Because all parts of myself are worthy to be explored and to be put on display and shared. And I shouldn't have to hide who I am. And to think it took me leaving college to start really doing that. And again, I think in college, there's so many other things taking your attention and taking your time. And now that you don't have those things, really, when they say like adulthood's like figuring out your hobbies and your interests and who you are, it really is that, because you have all this time now and all this time that you were once investing in a club, in your studies and your academics, you are now able to return and pour back into yourself. And I feel like that's what I've been able to do. So life post-grad isn't so bad, guys. And if you're someone like me who's coming up on that post-grad or just started post-grad, I want to tell you that it's going to have its hard points. It's going to have its high points. But honestly, just trust the process and enjoy the journey. That's my tip. Trust the process and enjoy the journey. Be willing to be surprised by who you are and be curious about who you are. Be curious about you. I think we're curious about so many other things in life, about the people in our life, about what's going on in society, in the world. We're so curious. But be curious about you. Insight into your life and start building the life you want and desire for yourself. It is within your reach. It will take time, and it takes investment, and it takes intentionality, and it takes failure as well as successes. The two go hand in hand. So embrace it all, take a hold of it. Remember to take some deep breaths. Don't jump too ahead of yourself. Still something I'm working on. And try to allow yourself to be in a space where you enjoy more than you are overwhelmed. Do as much as you can without doing too much. It's okay if you have to take a pause on certain things. You're not going to get it right all the time. And everything you plan for yourself might as well gone to the floor like it did for me. But sometimes the best parts of life are the things that didn't go to plan, but still have a plan. All the little tidbits that I can give you guys, I really do believe this past season of still learning is the embodiment of what it is to be a person living out their first year post-grad, their first year of proper adulthood. And I'm really happy that you guys got to be a part of the journey with me and that you guys are here. And I can't wait to see what more of life after this. And I'm so excited to see what the future unveils itself, and definitely one of the things that like post-grad has taught me is that I'm still learning as we are, and we will continue to be learning together in season 3 of Still Learning. You guys will not be getting rid of me that soon. I will be returning to you. Still Learning season 3 will be on your screens later this year, 2026. I hope that you guys truly enjoyed this last season. I've learned so much, and I cannot wait to see what the next season unveils, and I can't wait to keep showing up and returning to you guys here. And I'm just so excited. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Thank you for being willing to learn with me and be a lifelong learner. We all are lifelong learners, and so I'm incredibly grateful. Please comment down below what was your favorite episode from this season, your favorite lesson from this season, what you've learned, any post-grad tips that you have, or any questions you have. I'll be happy to also answer them down below, and what you would like to see in season 3 of Still Learning, what topics you would like to hear from me in Still Learning season 3. I would definitely love to open that up for you guys and dive even more into certain topics, or even revisit some topics this season that you guys are definitely like, no, I need like 3 more episodes about that, like, or you don't understand. So fully let me know down in the comments below. I would definitely love to hear from you guys, and I will see you back again for season 3 of Still Learning. Bye guys. Season 2, 2 seasons down. Still Learning gang. I'm sorry guys. Thank you so much. I can't believe it. Still Learning Season 2 has officially been wrapped. Season 3 coming very much soon. I love you guys.